Good evening, everyone. So I'm going to be on script for a minute, and I'm going to go off script for a minute. I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to Newfields on behalf of the entire Newfields community. My name is Colette Pierce-Burnett, and I have the honor and the pleasure and the gift of serving as the President and Chief Executive Officer for Newfields. It's a personal pleasure to have you all here this evening for the speaker series. It's no secret, just a little bit off script, how near and dear Alan and Molly are to me. I feel like they're proud, self-appointed mom at Newfields or mom in Indianapolis. And that's, making me feel a little old, but I've spent my entire career lifting young Black people and being unapologetically Black myself. So when I come to Indianapolis and I see these two brilliant creatives and I see these brilliant artists in the 18, that really fills my love tank. And it was an affirmation for me that I'm actually in the right place. And We the Culture was the first exhibit opening under me. So I want to take a moment to tell them how personally proud I am and how I'm excited to see them this evening and to watch them unfold. I stalk them on social media. Yes, I am that person. I stalk my children, but I don't comment because I don't want to be unfriended. I just want to, if you can join me in giving some love to the 18 and to GangGang. So this speaker series is a step in Newfields facing outward, and Newfields in being inviting and collaborating with many voices. This is a step in us moving towards becoming an anti-racist institution. Newfields is committed to rebuilding trust in this community and being held accountable for who we are and what we do, and being courageous and tenacious and holding true to our core values of stewardship, inclusivity, service, and excellence. We are on a journey and we're on a mission with purpose to be a stalwart anchor cultural institution for Indianapolis and beyond. Our North Star is the recently released and reimagined and transformative definition of museums. And Newfields is on a never-ending pursuit to meet that expectation or that definition, if you will, of museums. So in August of 2022, just a few months ago, this new definition of museums was written by the General Assembly of International Conference of Museums, called ICOM. And the definition is, a museum is a not-for-profit, permanent institution in the service of society that researches, collects, conserves, interprets, and exhibits tangible and intangible heritage. It is open to the public, is accessible and inclusive. Museums foster diversity and sustainability. They operate and communicate ethically, professionally, and with the participation of communities, offering varied experiences for education, enjoyment, reflection, and knowledge sharing. And that's the treat you're into for this evening. An experience of education, one of enjoyment, one of reflection, and one of knowledge sharing for people who are excellent in their craft. Of note, this speaker series is that offering. Under the direction of our Board of Trustees and our Board of Governors, Newfields is committed to that facing outward and to serve all communities, once again, as an anchor cultural institution for all of Indianapolis and beyond. Our mission is short and it is simple, and it is powerful. Our mission is to enrich lives through exceptional experiences with art and nature. So, pause for the cause, you have to thank the sponsor. So I want to acknowledge Bank of America, our sponsor for the speaker series. 2022 marks Newfields' 5th year of partnership with Bank of America, and we could not be more grateful. Bank of America is also a sponsor of our magical winter lights, and I'm sure everyone in here has been to winter lights. Don't respond. Where family and friends can explore the garden under the glow of more than 1.5 million lights. Recently, Bank of America expanded their partnership to include support for not only our free First Thursday program, but also for this anticipated speaker series. So here tonight to speak on behalf of Bank of America is Lucia Marr, the Middle Market Banking Market Executive for Bank of America in Indianapolis. So once again, thank you for joining here at Newfields. If this is your first time coming, shame on Newfields. You need to come back and be a part. This is your garden, your museum, and your park. Please embrace us as your cultural institution. Thank you.
Hey, good evening. I am Lucia Marr. I am the Market Executive of Global Commercial Banking for Bank of America in Indiana. So welcome. At Bank of America, we believe in the power of the arts to help economies thrive and educate and enrich society and to create greater cultural understanding. So that is why we support the institution like Newfields, and we're proud to be in partnership with them over the past 5 years through our supports of events such as Winter Lights, Museums on Us, and the reason we're all here today, the speaker series. So the speaker series was established as part of Newfields' diversity, equity, inclusion, and access action plan in 2021 as a way to convene conversations with leaders in the community and cultural field to discuss ways to create a more empathetic, inclusive, and community-focused institution. So we are proud to be partnering and highlighting local leaders in the cultural equity and economic development space, such as Molly and Ellen. Molly and Ellen also co-curated Newfields' latest exhibit, We the Culture, which features the 18 art collectives. They have taken really Indianapolis and the nation by storm with their inventive partnerships, leading the way for building a strong cultural and artist economy. And so they were even featured in New York Times just last week. So congratulations. Yay! It is also an honor to be partnering in with Indie Arts Council for tonight's event. We certainly welcome their participants from Artist Industry Night, and also as a proud board member of Indie Art Council. So I'm really delighted to see our arts communities working together to foster meaningful engagement in the arts in our beloved city. So I know we're in for an exciting and educational event together. So now I would like to turn it over to Tasha Horowitz and Shelley Sillen. Go ahead.
Hi. So Shelley and I are the two members of the Newfield staff that had the incredible pleasure of working with Molly and Alan over the last 2 years to curate the We the Culture exhibition. There are not words to express what a wonderful experience it was, and we both feel so lucky to have been able to get to know them and the artists.
Yes, yeah. We kind of just speak for each other in all these occasions, so just second what Tasha said. It's really been incredible to see this exhibition come together, and I hope that all of you have seen it already. It's a really fantastic show. So we're going to introduce Molly and
and we're going to keep it short because I know everyone is eager and excited to hear from them.
Yeah.
So Melina Simone Jefferes is the founder and executive director of GangGang, where she works to make the art industry an equitable and reparational space. Molly has raised more than $4 million towards efforts for this first-of-its-kind cultural startup, serving as the creative director of Butter, a fine art fair, and co-curator of We the Culture, both featured just last week on the cover of the New York Times art section. Molly has previously held positions at the Madam Walker Theater, the Arts Council of Indianapolis, and the Love Indie campaign.
And Alan Bacon is the founder and president of GangGang and co-curator of Butter and We the Culture. He is a passionate thought leader who works to innovate and introduce culture as a means to creating more equitable opportunities for artists and creatives. Alan was previously the president of Harrison College's Northwest Campus and senior director of social innovation at the United Way of Indianapolis. Please join us in welcoming Molly and Alan to the stage.
I get more time up here to shake it off. Hi, everybody. How's it going? Great. Happy Monday, if there's such a thing.
Sorry for bumping you getting up here.
Yeah, I guess you want some.
I just get my water.
All right.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Alan Bacon Jr., and we're so thankful to be here with you today. Many thanks and much respect to Dr. C. It has been a joy and a relief and a blessing to get to know you even in this short time. Thank you for your keen awareness of this renaissance we're in. Thank you for leading. We're here for such a time as this, and we thank you for everything that you've done in short term, so thank you so much.
Shout out to Dr. C and your leadership. To the chair of this organization, thank you for your work, Darianne Christian. Thank you, Julie, and the team at the Arts Council for having us here. Thank you to the Newfields team. Shout out to Jerry Wise for your early support, and to Tasha and Shelley. None of this would be realized without you. Thank you for your commitment to this project. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your guidance. And thank you for being quick to listen. We also want to thank the GangGang team, including our amazing teenagers who have joined us tonight and who support our work every day.
Yep, thank you, kids. We have 5 teenagers, and they have to really support our work because we won't feed them. So it's kind of a
requirement.
It's an agreement. But we're here to talk about culture, about real life. So let's go back to 2020. No GangGang, the world shuts down. First, the global health pandemic, and then the public racist murder of George Floyd. We weren't even allowed to go outside or touch, and there were fights in the streets, murders, tear gas, tanks, protests, martial law. Here in Indy, things were no different, except that our city were calling upon us and others, our civic leaders and institutions. And it was at this point that we knew as individuals that we had to figure something out for our city, and it needed to be done immediately.
People were being lynched again in 2020. Lynchings, murals, and lots of people asking for help with their DEI plan. Lots of statements in black squares, but it was bigger than that. We realized that we have a statement to make too, but that ours would take shape as the arts. A statement that required and requires work, heart work, as Dr. Collette calls it, movement, analysis, life, something that would catapult all of the DEI work into real and sustainable action. There was a new civil rights movement happening before our eyes, and it felt like somehow we needed to understand it and its context, deal with that emotionally, figure out how to leverage it right now for the people living, and maybe even for the people not yet born. That was a loaded thing. But it's what crisis breeds. Pressure to go with what you know to be true. What is the right thing to do right now for our city, for our careers, our 5 teenagers, and for the nation? What could unite people? What could stand up to the decimation of our cities? And what's a short-term play and a long-term vision? The short-term strategy was the mural. Right away, taking inspiration from Mayor Bowser in DC, who in the middle of the streets painted 30-foot yellow letters that read, "Black Lives Matter." Whoa, we thought. She really went for it. Then Raleigh, North Carolina, revealed their mural that was colorful and really well designed. What about Indy? So we called Indy 10 Black Lives Matter, whom we did not know, but they were vocal in the movement, and stuff like this depends on collaboration. Indy 10 said, Stacia Murphy called them about a block party, so why don't we all work on this together? The 18 were selected quickly through social media and artists of all kinds reaching out to say, I want a letter. There was even a bit of moving around as someone dropped out and no longer felt compelled. making room for this group of the 18. The short-term play was the mural, which was a national sensation right away, even mentioned by The View. The long-term play is why the mural was important. The long-term strategy is why we're here tonight. If everything 2020 was about what separates people, we thought, what brings people together most? It's culture, it's the arts, it's storytelling, singing, sharing a meal, it's connection through fashion and film, it's the way we move about life. This is what GangGang was built on and is the message being amplified by the 18. We believe in the power of the arts to change hearts and minds. We believe in the power of the arts to heal communities. We believe the power of the arts is our nation's greatest advantage and is the opportunity to end racism.
If I may offer a brief travel guide through history, I'll tell you why we turn to art. Art has been pivotal to the Black experience in America. We are only 140 years post-slavery as law in America. We're closer to slavery than we are away. And literally, when we're talking about 3 generations back, your grandmother's mother touched slavery in some way or capacity. When Africans were brought to America, what was taken? Our identity was taken. Our fashion, our music, our food, our language, our art, our identity was taken. Colonizers during the slave trade hoarded hundreds of Africans in the bellies of these massive ships, even complained of the art, the constant singing and how it was once so bright and now sounds too sorrowful to hear. Then during slavery in America, you had Negro spirituals, which was it just wasn't about the spiritual connectivity when the enslaved would sing Wade in the Water along the Underground Railroad. Those songs were also telling you to get in the water so the dogs can't smell you as you're trying to escape. Art has carried us through our country's greatest atrocities. During the Jim Crow era, the Harlem Renaissance happened, an artistic explosion of Black literature, music, and fashion, a period that sparked the evolution of American culture, a culture that has been significantly shaped by the creativity of Black artists. And then the 1960s, love the 60s. The civil rights movement where artists like Marvin Gaye, Maya Angelou, Curtis Mayfield, James Baldwin, Eunice Johnson, Aretha Franklin, Harry Belafonte, Stevie Wonder, Jimi Hendrix, and Big Mama Thornton shaped American culture. Renaissance is a French word meaning rebirth. A renaissance is the revival of art. And in American history, each renaissance inches African American people closer to liberation. So fast forward another 60 years from the first civil rights movement to 2020, and we have another American atrocity, followed by yet another Renaissance period. There's a relationship there that's important. What was taken from us during the diaspora was our art, and each Renaissance gives us back a little bit more of our art, which represents our identity. We're taking back our art. That's powerful. We're learning about who we are. That's transformational. That's liberating. Identity means organization, collaboration, freedom, power. Once again, listen, slavery as law ended 140 years ago. This country's relationship to slavery is closer than further away. The Underground Railroad is still a thing. We're just laying down different tracks. We're still in process of processing, right? But we're also still in the process of liberating in this very moment.
We, the culture, is part of this journey toward identity, which should not be confused with individuality, but identity of who we are as a people. Teaching ourselves and teaching the world. 18 Art Collective, thank you for teaching us through your art.
Yeah.
The Black Lives Matter mural told the truth about what was happening in our country. It told the truth about the incredible artists that we are around every day in Indianapolis. It told the truth about Indiana Avenue, and it told the truth when it was vandalized 7 days later. Art can't help but to tell the truth and bring people together. That is what art does. That is why it was so important to exhibit the personal works of the 18 at Newfields. The mural was only the beginning, a portion of a story. A beautiful, sacred, and bold beginning that would take us all to places none of us in this room saw coming. We, the culture, gave us all the opportunity to learn about Amaya and King, Dr. Dortch, Pope, Kevin West, Gary Gee, Ray Parker, Rebecca Robinson, Fitz, John G. Moore, Harriet Watson, Shamira S. Israel. I'm getting emotional. Finger Creations, Wavy, Ashley Nora, and Deanna Craig.
Got it.
We, the culture, has caused us all to pause, to reflect, to celebrate, to learn, and to be challenged. We want to thank the artists for their energy and their time. This has been a long road for the 18, a long road for artists in Indianapolis, period, but for this group has had to be vulnerable. This group experienced DRIP in 2021, an exhibition that wasn't meant to be, but was critical to get us to this moment. All of these artists helped make Butter 1 everything it was, which laid the foundation for Butter 2, which landed us all in the New York Times last week during Art Basel. Thanks. Thank you. Not that we needed affirmation from the Times, but this was for Indianapolis. This is for the art scene in our city. This is a proof point that art narrates humanity's timeline, that both Butter and We the Culture, 2 art shows in Indianapolis, are shifting the brand of our city, the brand of our artists, and the narrative on art made by Black people in the Midwest. These artists have had to be pressured and quick. They've had to process on the fly and then lead. They've been called to this, and we are privileged to see their stories unfold and the expressions of our returning identity. You have made history in Indianapolis and especially at Newfields. They talk about your exhibition opening as one of a kind. They talk about your attendance numbers. They talk about it being up for a year. You're right. You are the culture.
Yeah. Living life. This exhibition is about what the artists want to say right now about whatever they want. Their art is about their exploration of life and self, and what an honor it is to lift up that to thousands of people to see. If you are a member of the 18, would you please wave or stand just to be acknowledged, please? So we can just honor you for a second. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. At a time when we're just, once again, 140 years outside of slavery, and, we're still debating that Black Lives Matter, right? And we're trying, at the same time, our damnedest just to remember who we are. Congratulations once again to the 18. Thank you to Indy 10, Black Lives Matter, and Stacia Murphy. Art tells of existence. Art always leaves clues. Art tells our stories. Art reminds us who we are. We the Culture is a reminder that art has narrated the story of American culture and has preserved African-American identity, especially here in Indianapolis. We're so proud of you. This is the 18's Hello World moment. It's a big deal, and I thank you for all of you for being a part of this journey.
Now, a video.
Now a quick video. We'll cue up.
Yeah. Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just started nowhere ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soul, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out to finish this bid. We finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Say trying a little, my God is real big. Staying up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
We are all living in a time of renaissance, a time of opportunity to build a beloved community.
We are here to honor and celebrate the 18 Art Collective.
One of the things that's so special is tonight is just the beginning. This is a great party, and I'm so glad that we are here to honor them and to experience it, but we have a year.
And I'm appreciative that the world will have the opportunity, within this platform and this stage to see your work.
It really reminds you of why we do what we do.
This evening and this exhibit are exceptional experiences. You will see that like with Black people, Black art is not monolithic. The superpower is in the diversity of the 18's artistic practices and their concept, their intent, and their medium.
Thank you for the community for showing up and showing out and pouring out so much love.
I am excited for our guests to experience the emotional, powerful, and truly magnificent work that these talented artists have created for this one-of-a-kind exhibition.
And I promise I'll try to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Careful them diamond signs, like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broken, I couldn't acquire 2-6, and now I got 2 rings. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who is it?
For the past 2 years, you have carried that passion, that vigor, that message on your shoulders. It's evident in the work that you produce, and when you show up, you speak your mind through your artistry for the culture. This imagery is very necessary. We are very needed. You are the flavor, the energy, the oxygen that makes the world go round. This exhibit is about exploration and evolution. Evolution of 18 individual artists, evolution of a movement, evolution of thought and consciousness, evolution of awareness and change. You have used your voice to engage and inspire community through your art. Thank you for your courage, for your creativity, for your vulnerability. This is not an accident. This is for the culture.
Know what I mean? I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live. I gotta do it big. I gotta do it big. I gotta do it big. Gotta do it big, that's the only way to live. Gotta do it big. I gotta do it big. I gotta do it big. Gotta do it big, that's the only way to live. Come on. Yeah, come on.
So now we're gonna have a discussion with the 18. 18, anyone who wants to join us on stage. And we are gonna ask questions of the artist. And then the audience can ask questions of the artists or us, whatever you want to do.
There's no pressure, you guys.
No pressure at all.
No pressure, yeah.
18 to the stage.
You guys on the spot.
Okay, couch, stools, whatever you want to do.
One mic in the front, one mic in the back.
Oh,
Test.
yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. We can use that one. Hi, everybody. Hi. Feel weird being on stage, or it's all right. Okay. Well, you've spent a lot of time with him, but we haven't done this before, so we're probably all just feeling kind of like, how we look.
Usually it's in the living room.
Yeah.
Where we're kind of getting together.
Is everybody seated? Should I stand?
You should know. Sit down. Chill out.
Okay, so I think the first thing that we should do is introduce ourselves. I think that you should say who you are and maybe how long you have been creating your art.
I'm Harriet Watson. I made the A in Matter. I've been creating art since I could draw or could write, could hold a pencil. And I currently make acrylic portraits and murals.
Good evening. My name is Deanna Craig. I have the honor of serving as the president of the 18 Art Collective. I have been an artist since around 2009, full-time since 2018, mainly acrylic. I am also an art instructor, and I have an affinity for ancient art.
Hello, everyone. I am Amaya Mims. I have been doing art, same as Harriet, pretty much since I could pick up a pencil or a utensil of some sort. I'm kind of new to the full-time artist lifestyle. Pretty much since everything GangGang just talked about, our journey, that was kind of the kickstart for my full-time art career. I too am on the acrylic paint train, and yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Hello, my name is King Rhodes. I did the letter B in the Black Lives Matter mural. My work focuses on calling attention to things through the use of a spotlight. Just like everyone else said, I've been creating since I realized things make markings on things. And follow the spotlights, stop and smell the flowers.
Hello, my name is John Moore, and I've been an artist for about 2 decades, off and on. And I did the Ellen Lives, the Vote L, and I do paintings, I've done comics. I actually like doing like bigger sculptures, so I've been kind of getting more into doing large-scale sculpture.
Hello, I'm S. McKee. I have been creating all my life, but professionally coming on 10 years next year. I'm a mixed media artist. I'm also an arts educator, K through 8, and collegiate. And yeah, that's me.
Hello, my name is Pope Gaskin. I did the letter C for the mural. I've been doing art for probably about when it comes to acrylic art, for about 7 years. Yeah, that's about me.
I'm Dr. Jared Dortch. I have been doing art probably since I was a kid, but professionally for like the last 2 years, so this has been all new to me. It's been a great experience, great opportunity. I did the hashtag, and I thank everybody for being here.
Do you want to go or me?
Do you have a good question?
I don't know if it's good. It's kind of what's it been like recently, maybe just since the opening, or maybe since the beginning?
That's the broadest question ever. like since birth?
No, like the beginning of your Newfields journey, or
like any pivotal point. So there's like the Black Lives Matter mural, there was drip, there's this moment right here, there's all different types of things that's accentuated and just like catapulted your career and your ideas of artists. Tell us about what that moment has felt like.
I know personally for me, before the mural, I was literally just going downtown in Houston, Indianapolis here, and just kind of presenting my art places. And then once the mural came about, and of course the exhibit and other things in between, I realized how to structure my art and turn it into an actual career. And that's just me personally.
For me, I revel in like just flying by the seat of my pants and like just kind of living in flow. But since the exhibit, I've had to kind of wrap my brain around my why. I always am motivated by my why, but really just kind of structuring why I do what I do so that I'm able to talk to young people, because so many young people are interested in what we do. And so being able to bring it all together and really focus on what motivates me and bring all of the skills and all of the experiences that I've had over the years, this has really prompted me to really look at what motivates me, what keeps me going, so that I am able to motivate other people who are looking to get into art as well.
I'll comment on that. I feel like for me, it's been fast. It's been very fast-paced. And to kind of piggy off what Deanna was just talking about, I've never really looked or created art with intention. And I feel like this movement, this group, this mural, was the first time that I ever started creating with intention, with a purpose, with my why. And it's been a very quick journey, quick to get up to speed with some of the other members who have been doing this for a long time, quick to figure out, who I want to be when I show up as this new persona of an artist. Just very fast-paced, but it's been a good fast-paced journey, a good fast-paced ride, and it's good because I'm here with these people who have done this for longer than me, people who are on the same level as me in terms of starting at the same time. So fast-paced, but a good pace, if you will.
I will say that mine has not been as fast, but it's been varied. I will say that. 2013, actually, I participated in an I Am an Artist campaign that Molly created, and that was kind of my chance. That was like my first year of really showing my work to the public, outside of me just doing graphic design and people not knowing the work that I've done. So that started the track of me being able to give a face, give more personality, give voice to the things that I've created. And so then since 2020, it put a little speed into that. But it's been a fun ride.
Molly and Alan once referred to us as superheroes, and I didn't actually feel that until this past Butter 2, when at one point children were lining up with their parents to take pictures with me in my art, and watching those children mimic my poses and with smiles on their faces, it gave me more of a drive to realize that I have to go harder because I'm a symbol now. These children are seeing a Black artist do this full-time, make a living, get to do all these cool things, artwork on the New York Times, work with the Pacers. And so if I go back and work at, say, FedEx or a regular job, I've let all those children down that are now looking up to me. So it's not only pressure for me to continue, for my art practice to evolve, but also for me to find a way to make this sustainable and continue the work that we've started. I'm sorry. Getting a little emotional.
No, Melina, has always said that, artists are the heroes of society, and I love that tagline. Anyone else? Another question?
I have one. No. Okay, I think maybe one more in the audience. Yeah. What do you guys want people to know about the 18?
The 18, when we show up as artists. You all see us as visual artists, but what you may not know is that we're professors, we are chemists, we're graphic designers, we're gardeners, we're moms, public speakers, teachers, you name it, you probably can get it from the 18, and I just am so blessed to know 17 other people who, number one, have a love for arts, but then number two, just have really great hearts and are really great humans. And we've been able to learn so much from one another because we come from different backgrounds. We are all different ages we were born in the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s, and so we have all of those different decades that we can bounce off of one another, totally different backgrounds, but we all show up for one reason. And so the 18 is so layered. It's a family. I couldn't have written a better script for what has happened since 2020. We always talk about it being really organic, but I really just want people to know that outside of us being artists, they're just really great people.
Only thing I have to say is we're just getting started.
Question, how should we do this?
I always wanted to do this, so.
That's why you're so eager to get to the audience. It's like The Price is Right. We're old.
So how many questions we have?
I think we have 6 minutes or so.
It's like, okay.
I don't know.
Ooh, amazing. Make me run for it.
Does anybody else want to say anything while we wait?
But the whole purpose of this running, I burned all these calories. Oh, not gonna.
How much chance of interaction have you had with the visitors to We the Culture, such as your interaction that you had with Butter?
I'm lucky enough to be able to have some time where I get to come into the museum more so now than I had in years. But I come in quite a bit just on a humbug, and it's been kind of cool just to sit back and watch people look at everybody's work, and then every once in a while I'll see somebody looking at my pieces, and I'll be like, "So how you feel about those?" And it's funny, the reactions I get are pretty interesting. I mean, there's a big picture of me right next to it, so it kind of throws it off sometimes. But a lot of times, I get some really good feedback about things, and I get some interesting commentary and some interesting perceptions and understandings of what I've done, and it makes me all the better to have those opportunities. So it's really cool to be able to walk in and spend time and actually see the people that see it, not in those big events like when we first opened up, but people that are coming on a regular basis or coming like on a Monday at 2. It's really been a very good experience for me as an artist.
Yeah, I follow up on what Jared said and said it's cool to be in the middle of the day and to get like a random DM mention because someone came into the museum and took a picture of my work and tagged me. And I'll say Newfields, outside of me coming in and interacting with guests, has made several attempts to get us in and also to get us to talk to the public through programming.
Yeah, just to quickly follow up on that, there has been a couple of different programmings and stuff that we've had. Jared and I actually participated in a scavenger hunt of different Black historical places throughout the city, and actually our exhibition was the first stop on these kids' lists. So that was a really cool event and a really cool experience to be able to speak to those kids and be their first stop. So there's definitely been a couple of different things so far, and we have a lot of things in the works as well. I mean, we've got this weekend coming up, which is Family and Friends Weekend. So there's some exciting opportunities that we're gonna get to be present in that space and it be on a level where we actually do get to interact. Not that opening reception was great, it was a lot, but it was great. So it's gonna be nice to be able to kind of be able to interact and to chat with the people who are taking the time to come visit us.
Hi. Actually, this weekend is King Rose Whimsical Winter that she's speaking about. Family, bring your kids out, please.
Thank you.
I'm with a group called Arts for Lawrence, and we are working to develop arts and culture over on the far east side of Indianapolis, over by the Fort Bend area. What was the kind of way that kind of pulled you guys together, and what can we do as an arts organization to help inspire and bring in youthful talent and youthful ideas into the art space?
I think like just being authentic, if you're a genuine person and you want to do something to help the community or help people, things will kind of gravitate and go how they're supposed to go as long as you're putting in the effort.
So King kind of alluded to it earlier, but what is it like, because one of my favorite things about the opening reception and about Butter was seeing the kids get to see art that both represented them as the artist and in the arts. What is it like kind of being these new local people that these kids will get to look up to in their history books and that sort of thing?
Thank you for the question. It's important to me to be able to tell the truth when I look in children's eyes. I'm always one for supporting children in whatever their dreams are, but to be able to have 18 artists standing there in their purpose, walking in their purpose, being a testament to what they're wanting to do, to be able to look in a kid's eyes and say, okay, what is it that you want to do? And if one of them says that they want to be an artist, we don't just have the lip service anymore. We have like actual, factual things that we can lay out to them and say, okay, maybe you can try this. And just to have that, the number one, the audacity to say that, and then the things to back it up, to be able to support whatever kids want to do, that's a gift that I didn't even know was coming with all of the things that have happened in these past few years. Just to have, like I said, the audacity to look in a kid's eyes and say, you can do that, and look at what we're doing, be better than us, learn from what we're doing. It's been great.
What is the meaning behind your name, GangGang?
We can answer that. I think we've got a couple more answers to that question, though.
Yeah, regarding children, and I don't exactly remember your question completely, but my answer is that when we started the mural, I felt like a gain of energy to be able to like fully express myself, and my art is kind of more on the controversial side. My piece here in Newfields is welcome, and it's about feeling unwelcome and being a token. So I recently have had the opportunity to work with children, and I felt more compelled and more genuine and sincere when helping them express themselves, because even as young as 4th and 5th graders are, I worked at the Butler Art Camp this summer, and they were very much eager to express their feelings towards pollution, towards corruption, towards just everything that was really eating at them inside. So it was really amazing to be able to help them and genuinely help them express their artistic side. So I think that this whole thing has been really empowering for that.
I also want to speak on, influencing children. I think the experience is very interesting for me, being that I teach young children, kindergarten through 8th grade, and so they see me every day, and it's just like, I'm just a teacher, I'm just the art teacher. But we have an exhibit at the Children's Museum, and I suggested that the kids get to go. So all of our kids got to go to the museum. I stayed back and worked, but it was fun having them come back and be like, you didn't tell me you were in the museum, like, oh, you listen to what I'm saying? But to have them come back and be like, oh, I saw you did the letter S in the mural, and we listened to your video about why you do what you do, and da-da-da-da. And I feel like it's so much different for them to see us do those things, for them to see the product of what we've done, and instead of just being able to come to class and be like, hey, guys, I did a letter in the Black Lives Matter mural. It's like, oh, okay, whatever, But yeah, that's the fun part for me.
We're going to answer the GangGang question and then have time for 2 more questions.
Thank you. GangGang. So gang means, the original meaning of gang is a journey or a way. And then later in Middle English, it was a set of things or people on a journey together. That's what gang means. The way that it's used nowadays to criminalize groups of black men is kind of made up. And so we thought, oh, this is so awesome. We get to reclaim the beauty of a word, and it is inherently magnetic. We are all on this journey toward equity together, whether you kind of know it or not. So it's like this, I'm a marketing person, and we secretly play with you guys all the time. So that's GangGang.
Yeah, and it's also just a nod to hip-hop and hip-hop culture as well.
You guys are my kids' and grandkids' age, and I'm so proud of you. You sound like you will be great mentors. I'd like to know, did you have mentors from the older artists?
I think personally, when I got accepted to do the mural as a volunteer opportunity, I had no knowledge of any black artists, because I grew up in Greencastle, Indiana, which is 99% white, And yeah, I really hadn't gotten to spend a lot of time around Black artists, so these people are all literally my mentors, and it's been like an incredible blessing and opportunity to be with them because they're seriously some of the most knowledgeable artists in the city, and it's just incredible to be around them anytime I can be around them.
I think a lot of us have the same story and why we connect so much because I don't want to speak for everyone, but a lot of us did not have a visual artist as something that we were looking to do as a career because we didn't see those people that looked like us that and we didn't know that we could do that. And so, that is why we kind of gravitated toward each other, and we were like, okay, I want to do this, you want to do this, you want to do this, what do you know, what do you, and so we were able to kind of just pull everything that we've been through and kind of put it on the table, and then we're all feeding off of one another, and then we were like, okay, where's the gap, let's fill it so that the next generation doesn't have to do this fast speed thing, and they can just kind of go with the flow and go here and go there and just explore and have people that they can reach out to. And so it's been us filling the gap and filling in the things that we wanted to see and that we wanted, and so we're becoming that.
Then if I could mention that they always jump to who they're helping when they're asked about who has helped them. It's just an interesting thing. There's so much, and maybe it's, I don't know. It's just really interesting how we can't spend enough time in creating and just kind of being ourselves and thinking about our paths without always having to teach, always having to lift, and what we just naturally do. But I do just want to encourage you to celebrate yourselves and to celebrate, this.
Molly, I think I agree with you, but I think that we would be remiss to not take this opportunity to build those bridges, to build those buildings, to create those opportunities, to open up, doors that have been, pardon me, forget opening the door, building the doors and building the tables that need to be built for those that are coming behind us. So unfortunately, we don't have that, that benefit. I don't get to chill out. I don't get to go sit down somewhere. I can cry about it and complain about it, but next thing I'm gonna be on it again, so it don't matter.
I think we have one more question in the corner. Is the hand raised? That's a very effective way to get someone's attention. Shout out to elementary school.
So I am an artist myself. I am in college right now, and I'm trying to put myself forward with my photography. And I was just wondering, what motivated you guys to keep going, even when it felt like no one was really seeing you or hearing you, and just to get your name out there?
Those who keep going is those who are going to achieve what they're going for. So it's just to motivate, the thought to know to keep going. I don't know. I guess I didn't have an answer. My bad.
I think it's really important to find a passion and a purpose within your art. Obviously you love art and you love photography, but it's why? What do I want to express? What do I want to tell people? And when the Black Lives Matter opportunity came around, I was like, this is what I've been waiting for. This is my activist moment. And then obviously you don't have to be an activist, but if you're really into flowers or horses, that can be your thing. And so even when people aren't looking at your art, you should still have a passion and a drive for it, just in your heart. And I think that will keep it going. It shouldn't always be a monetary, a clout-driven thing. It should be always out of love. I think the best art is just out of your heart, so.
Yeah, I would say, and it's not just about art, you're just starting out, you're young. In everything in life, you're not competing with anybody but yourself, and you want to do your work so that you get better at what you do. And the better you get, at some point when this opportunity hits, like with us, we had this opportunity hit, but one reason why it's been so successful is because all of us on our own have been working on our craft. We've been getting better and better when nobody's looking, when nobody cares. So you as an artist, it's your job to be as good as you can be when nobody's looking and when nobody cares, so that when you get your opportunity, it's going to be so obvious that you should be where you should be. So that's what I would say to you as a young artist, as a young woman, as a young Midwesterner. Just really look at what you like to do, look at your passion, and get good and hone your craft. Get good at what you want to be, get good at what you want to do, and if you continue doing that, you'll be exactly where you want to be.
Where we at, babe?
Yeah. Thank you for that close, a beautiful close. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Thank you, Newfields. Thank you, Arts Council. This is Industry Night. We're going to have some directions as far as how to move about in about 2 minutes here after you hear these announcements.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lindsay Hammond. I am the Director of Public Programs. Hi. It's been mentioned a few times already, but this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, the 17th and 18th, is Family Day We the Culture Edition, where we are celebrating the 18 and the exhibition We the Culture with music, making, and poetry and other activities. We really hope you can join us. It runs 11 to 4 each day.
That is it. Oh, what's that? Dr. C needs to say something, but.
Please also visit our staff art exhibit here on the first floor while you're here before you leave today. We opened up our first inaugural art exhibit to show the artists among us. These are people who work in security, the horticulturists, the guest experience, etc. And it's another way of Newfields embracing who we are and unleashing creativity in this Renaissance moment. So I should have said that earlier, I was remiss, so do it now. That's what I said in my head. Thank you everyone for being here. We truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you to the 18 and thank you to Molly and Alan.
add some heavy bass, hit a little groove, now we shaking up the place. Baby, free your mind, be yourself, live it up. We gon' have a good time, it's a party in the hut. And we got some good wine, but you better double cup. She gon' do it for the vines and some Teddy Pender cuts. We just do it for the culture. Never been slime, just a native of the people that's been changing with the times. Baby, come on over here and kick it with the sensei. She said, Papi, tú eres mucho caliente. Keep a steady pace, it don't matter what your friends say. If they can't feel your vibe, then I'm really